CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you joined us on this Tuesday. A serious collision in Sudbury this afternoon has closed the southeast bypass. Around 2 p.m., police shut down the roadway. Details are limited at this hour, but OPP have confirmed the collision involved two vehicles and for drivers to expect an extended closure. CTV News is following this story. For the latest, visit our website, ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca. Let's shift gears now. A much warmer day out there and the temperature almost at seasonal values. For more details, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman.
Tony, I'm the first to admit we got a nice change from yesterday's forecast at this same time. It looks even better. Yeah, there's the chance of rain at the end of the week, but some of the sunshine will amaze you. Systems map, courtesy of CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. You'll love the forecast for the next couple of days. We got a 30% chance of showers, 60% chance in Greater Sudbury at the end of the week. In some areas, 4 or 5 straight days of nothing but sunshine. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Thanks, Rick. Greater Sudbury continues to see rising water levels, and today the city declared a state of emergency in response to the flooding. CTV's Amanda Hicks has that story.
Rob Pappen and his family are busy moving their belongings after flooding claimed the main floor of their Naughton home.
It's never been this bad. In 2023 it was bad, but not this bad. And in 2002 it was a little bit better than this. But we didn't get water in the house. This is the first year since we've been here that we actually have water in the house now.
Declaring a state of emergency.
That sense of urgency was the catalyst for a media briefing this afternoon held by Mayor Paul Lefebvre, Emergency Services and Conservation Sudbury.
Declaring a state of emergency gives the tools to the team to address this and make sure support evacuees if necessary. Put in the measures to make sure that we have the resources available to address that.
Conservation Sudbury says recent water levels have hit historic highs.
In the Whitson River recently this weekend was flows in that river that exceeded the 100-year flow or the 100-year flood, and then also the Timmins flood. And so those are important benchmarks in our line of work. And so we haven't seen those exceeded in a very long time.
Fire Services says the flooding has presented unique challenges for emergency services, including rescuing 2 people last night after their vehicle got stranded on a water-covered road.
The really key message is don't drive over any water-covered road. It may only look like a couple of inches of water, but that road could have washed out underneath. There could be debris. So don't drive over any water. Stay away from swollen creek beds and rivers. And in general, you know, people have a curiosity about this, so they're naturally trying to get a look at the rising waters, and what we really need is the opposite.
Pappen, meanwhile, says he is grateful he left when he did.
My hope, too, is just that everybody stays safe. I think that everybody needs to listen to emergency personnel when they're saying, you know, it's time to leave. So please, if you're told to leave, please leave.
With warmer weather in the forecast, Conservation Sudbury is expecting water levels to rise over the next 2 weeks. Officials are urging residents in low-lying areas to be prepared to leave if necessary. You can check for daily updates on their website or social media pages. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
Public Health in North Bay is reminding those in affected flood areas to test their water if they rely on private drinking water systems. According to Public Health, major weather events like heavy rain and flooding can overwhelm soil filtration, and harmful bacteria can get into the wells and cistern systems. Free water sample bottles are available through Public Health and can be picked up and dropped off at Burkes Falls, Parry Sound, North Bay, and Sturgeon Falls. A judge in Sault Ste. Marie has handed down his sentence in a child abduction case that happened in Thessalon in 2023. CTV's Corey Nordstrom has the latest from the courthouse.
Manoj Govind Balanikam, the man charged with abducting a Thessalon child, is being sentenced to 18 months behind bars. The decision was rendered today by Justice Michael Varpio here at the Sault Ste. Marie courthouse, where he says this sentence aims to send a clear message to both the 37-year-old perpetrator and society, with a focus on denunciation and deterrence. Defense for the former realtor had argued previously that the situation was a cultural misunderstanding, also saying that an extended sentence may impact Govan Balanikam's ability to stay in the country. Justice Varpio rejected both, stating that the guilty party has been in Canada for 12 years and is educated enough to know Canadian cultural norms. The judge made clear that Govan Balanikam's risk of deportation was not a factor in his decision. The 37-year-old had used promises of ice cream and a fidget spinner to lure the boy into his car, which the Crown viewed as grooming. However, Justice Varpio said he was not presented with any evidence suggesting a sexual intent as part of the abduction. In addition to the 18-month prison sentence, Govan Balanikam will be on probation for 3 years following his release. He also has a non-contact order with the victim, a DNA order, a weapons prohibition, and must attend counseling. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
A push is underway to secure major federal funding to expand Highways 11 and 17 in the north. Several politicians, including Premier Doug Ford, are calling for the routes to be designated projects of national interest. That story from CTV's Lydia Chubak.
And modernization of Highways 11.
Timiskaming Cochrane MPP John Vantoff brought forward a motion asking the province to work with the federal government to declare Highways 11 and 17 projects of national significance.
Northerners were shocked and insulted when the project of national significance was the tunnel under the 401. And why? Because not discounting the traffic in the 401 and the importance of the 401, but for my riding, it's 10 times more likely to die in my riding on 11 than it is for anyone to die on the 401.
Two Conservative ministers, George Pirie and Prabmeet Sakaria, are also calling on the federal government to fast-track progress on Highways 11 and 17. They've written to the federal transport minister asking these projects to be accelerated. They say the highways are critical to economic security, domestic supply chains, and defense readiness. Premier Doug Ford agrees and says the highways need to be safer and more reliable. But Vantoff says a motion would carry more weight.
If the government thinks that a letter to the feds is going to solve this problem and take the heat off, they're very, very wrong.
The Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities says it's encouraged to see the province highlighting the national importance of Highways 11 and 17. In a joint statement with the Northern Ontario Municipal Association, Northern leaders say Highways 11 and 17 must be shared priorities between the provincial and federal governments.
If this whole project is $7 billion, certainly we can get through it in 10 years. I mean, really, it's coming together and seeing how we can make this work, and I think we can. It's just about connecting people and governments, and we're going to facilitate that and make it work.
Vantoff acknowledges a motion can't force government action, but he hopes it would help achieve a shared goal. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5. Rick has your full weather forecast. Right now, though, we're heading to Gillies Lake in Timmins. This live webcam is courtesy of that city. It's 11 degrees. We are back in just a few minutes.
Pure Country 91.7. Sudbury's home for the best country music. Listen for your chance to win $50,000 with Pure Country's big $50K payday.
I am about to deliver a major gift to someone who wanted some nice weather in the forecast for the Northeast. Forecast radar right now, as you can see, looking pretty good. Wait till you check out the numbers in the 5-day forecast and a lot more. Maybe the chance of showers, Greater Sudbury coming up, 30% Friday, 60% on Saturday, but some nice surprises in store for those of you across the Northeast. Sudbury Nickel Belt, sunshine at 14 tomorrow, sun and cloud Thursday at 11, 11 on Friday, chance of showers, 60% chance of showers Saturday at 10, 13 Sunday with the sun and cloud. Now we move over to Sault Ste. Marie Algoma. 13 and sunshine tomorrow, some cloud cover Thursday. Okay, we can live with that at 11. Sun and cloud Friday at 11. Chance of showers Saturday at 5. Then it gets better. Sunday, 11 degrees, some sun and clouds. So you've got a good measure of sunshine there. How about Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing? Mainly sunny tomorrow at 10, 8 on Thursday, sun and cloud. Friday, sunny skies at 10, 11 Saturday, sunshine, sun and cloud come Sunday at 13. Very impressive. Then there's Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake. Wow. 4 consecutive days of sunshine. 13 on Wednesday, 10 Thursday, 11 Friday, 12 Saturday. Can you beat that? You haven't seen that probably since late last fall or early fall or late in the summertime, and sun and cloud on Sunday, 13 degrees. That's a nice streak of sunshine for Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake. North Bay, West Nipissing, sunny skies tomorrow, 15, 10 sun and cloud on Thursday. Chance of showers Friday, 11, 60% chance of showers on Saturday at 12, kind of like Sudbury's forecast. And Sunday, you've got some sun and cloud and 13. So, Tony Ryma, here we go. You wanted some more, really some warmer weather, you're getting it. You wanted some sunshine, you're getting it. And we've got a hint of rain perhaps on Friday and Saturday, 30% on Friday, 60% chance on Saturday. So again, for some areas, loads of sunshine and maybe just a tinge of some wet weather. So all in all, not a bad forecast for the next couple of days. Tony, back to you.
Sounds pretty good to me. Thanks so much for that, Rick. There's a push underway in North Bay to have police board meetings live streamed so people can learn more about decisions made by elected officials and police. CTV's Eric Tashner has the story.
I'm here today to make a formal recommendation.
Melanie Demers is all for accountability and transparency.
I'm also an advocate for accessibility.
Having a sociology background, Demers has a keen interest in politics. She attended her first board meeting and was given a chance to present the case to members to have the meetings more available to the public.
The message from the Ombudsman, and this is a direct quote, is when in doubt, open the meeting.
Demers argues taxpayers want up-to-date information on where and how their money is being spent. The board meeting is open to the public to attend in person, and the agenda is posted online. But Demers argues not everyone can be there to hear from community leaders.
In fact, the Ombudsman of Ontario does recommend that the board meetings are live streamed.
It's been done in other communities, and it's been done in other communities where I was a police chief.
Demers has learned police board meetings are live streamed in several cities in southern Ontario.
And it's been very successful.
The North Bay Police Board already has a Zoom capability set up. Demers sees it as a chance to open the meeting up at the end for a question and answer period with members of the public.
Incorporate the feedback from the residents that are chatting and use it to improve their services.
Board member and Deputy Mayor Maggie Horsfield agreed with the concept, saying she would vote in favor for a live stream option if a motion is tabled.
We can definitely talk to the police service staff about having that link published for folks to be able to tune in.
In Sudbury, anyone can attend meetings in person or virtually, and the recordings are published online. The Timmins Police Services Board does not live stream its meetings. However, each meeting link is accessible to the public upon request. And in the Sioux, board meetings are open, and anyone wishing to attend is asked to contact the board administrator for the link. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Also at the meeting, North Bay's police board is giving almost $300,000 back to the city after reporting more than a $1 million surplus in its budget. The police chief updated the board today that the surplus is now a little over $2.5 million. Finding an additional $1.3 million, the board agreed to set aside $1 million into the police purposes reserve accounts and give $284,000 back to the city.
We want to be good community partners. We recognize the tax base has seen significant strains on the taxpayer in this community, so we want to do our part.
With the successful applications of additional grants that weren't in line with when the budget was put forward, as we know, we're only finding out about it now, just with how it aligns with the provincial budget. Those funds are what's really making up the rest of that increase.
Chief Longworth notes the entire surplus was driven by vacancies the police service couldn't fill and grant funding it received while competing against other police agencies. The need is there as they serve and protect. Coming up on CTV News at 5, the Greater Sudbury Police Service is expanding its spiritual team. As part of its strategy to prevent or mitigate post-traumatic stress, the Greater Sudbury Police Service is expanding its spiritual team. The spiritual team is just one of many programs and services available to address member wellness. The chief updated the board on the PTSD prevention plan. A new wellness coordinator now provides mental health support to members when needed, which could include an incident debriefing coordinator, a psychologist, or even fitness and nutritional guidance. The multi-faith team provides spiritual and emotional support, and the board wants to open it up to more clergy.
I think very often in crises, it is that faith issue that brings light to darkness, and that is really important. And you know what? That's not in a budget, that's not in dollars or cents, that's not in equipment, that's really helping truly the wellness and the well-being of that individual.
Lougheed says clergy on the spiritual team also perform ceremonies like weddings and funerals for police members and their families. Royal Canadian Legion Branch 76 in Sudbury presented a $10,000 check today to the Health Sciences North Foundation. Members say over the years, the Legion has donated more than $200,000 to the hospital foundation. The money came from last year's Poppy campaign. Officials with the HSN Foundation say the donation will go toward buying equipment to help in diagnosing and managing throat cancers.
This all comes from the Poppy campaign. We can't thank the people of Greater Sudbury enough. They have been very generous, and they help us continue to support our veterans and families.
It's incumbent upon all branches of the Royal Canadian Legion to hold these funds in trust and to let the public know where the money is being spent. And I can't think of a better cause to spend the money than to spend it to HSN Cancer Foundation.
This long-standing relationship continues to support and take care of the community in so many ways. Their Poppy campaign that they do every year has supported us so many times over.
Young says the Legion hopes to continue donating to the HSN Foundation, adding many veterans are impacted by cancer. There's playoff action in Sudbury and Timmins tonight. In Timmins, the NOJHL Championship final continues as the Sudbury Cubs head north looking to defeat the Rock on home ice. Puck drop for Game 3 is 7 o'clock at the MAC. And in basketball, the Basketball Super League final hits the hardwood. It's a must-win Game 3 for the Sudbury Five as they play host to the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. Tip-off is 7 p.m. Is a dog or a cat up for adoption? When we return, our Take Me Home Tuesday segment. You're watching First at 5.
Welcome to Take Me Home Tuesday for another week. Well, as usual, Emma Bailey, my guest from the Sudbury SPCA. This is Take Me Home Tuesday in action. Sometimes the dogs, the cats just don't sit still for the camera. Quite the character. It's Ribsy, our special guest, a 2-year-old. Tell me more.
Absolutely. So Ribsy is a 2-year-old hound mix with a lab. She's got so much energy and love to give. She's very energetic. She just wants to check the room out and see everybody. And so she's looking for a home that can keep up with that energy. She is a little larger, so we're working on her weight loss. We're having her on a diet and just getting that activity out there. And she's more dog selective, so we're hoping probably a home without other pets, or if you do have a dog, we can do, and we're off. We can do a meet and greet to see if she's a right fit for you.
Okay, and she likes me because I did manage to get a couple of nibbles on the earlobe earlier on, so very affectionate and again, full of energy, and I think this is going to be the ideal dog for someone who likes to go out and walk because
Absolutely.
I love to do that with the dog.
And she loves her walks. She loves getting out there and going on the trails. She'll love someone who's active like that.
Okay, Ribsy's her name, and perhaps you can take her home this week on Take Me Home Tuesday. I just want to get into the whole aspect about volunteerism with the SPCA. It's a week to celebrate and acknowledge volunteers because they do so much, and you're always looking, and you have your I guess your stable of volunteers right now, but you could always use more.
Absolutely. So we're celebrating Volunteer Week, and we're so grateful for everyone. We just hit our 1,000th volunteer with the SPCA. So we're so grateful to welcome our already stable volunteers, our fosters, our community outreach volunteers, in-center volunteers. We have so many people that help. And if you're looking for volunteering, we're always open to more. Oh, And
Wow.
Ribsy would love for you to join us.
And remember, these dogs, cats can always use a little bit of help with someone to take them out for a walk at the SPCA shelter. So again, we wish Ribsy the best of luck. Oh, by the way, Robbie Ray was adopted last week. So again, that's good. We're doing really well with that. Emma, thanks for dropping by. You've got your hands full right now, and Ribsy's busy chowing down. We're back with more Take Me Home Tuesday next week.
Our first community close-up is from Sault Ste. Marie. On Saturday, the North Branch of the Public Library is holding Plant Pals and Bloom Boosters. Clean North and Tomica and the Lions Club are coming together for hands-on activities. It's a free event that runs from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Still in the Sioux, Wendy Lynn Hill sent us this photograph of crocuses popping out of the ground. She spotted them on her afternoon walk. Thanks so much for that, Wendy Lynn. And we're off to the Timmins community of South Porcupine. Eileen took this picture and sent it to us. She says, nothing says spring like kids riding bikes. How true. Thanks so much, Eileen. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And finally, work has resumed on dismantling the superstack in Coppercliff, and a Val-Caron resident has shared some footage of Vale's undertaking. The mining company confirmed work is underway on the top of the superstack, as shown in the videos La Croix Drone Services shared with CTV. Vale says it's dependent on the weather, but the current phase is expected to be completed in the coming weeks. Vale is reminding the public that drones over or near the superstack are prohibited, as it could create safety issues for workers. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.